kingdom of Murtana, united by King Robar II. During the long years of his reign, he was able to defeat all foes of his realm. All except one. The war against the orcs took its toll, and the prisoners of the realm were to pay the price. The king needed swords for his army, and every man guilty of a crime, no matter how insignificant, was forced to work in the ore mines of Khorinis. To make it impossible for them to escape, the king sent out the best magicians of the kingdom to create a magic barrier around the entire valley. I was one of them. Something disturbed the delicate structure of magic. We were trapped inside our own barrier. 1 second of negligence was enough for the prisoners. Khorinis was now under the control of the convicts. The king had no choice. He had to negotiate. He needed the ore. Month after month, the king supplied everything the prisoners needed. Month after month, they brought the ore to the edge of the barrier in exchange. Until the present day. Another convict was brought to the cliff. He did not know, but he would change everything.
In the name of King Robar II, bearer of the scepter of Verant, I sentence this convict to...
Stop! Convict, I've got an offer to make you. This letter must reach the leader of the Magicians of Fire.
You're wasting your time.
You may choose your own reward. They'll give you anything you ask for.
Very well, I'll take your letter. On one condition. Spare me the rest of his nonsense.
How dare you!
Keep silent. Right, send him in.
Welcome to the colony.
That's enough. Leave him alone. And now scram. Get up. I'm Diego.
I'm
not interested in who you are. You've just arrived. I look after the new arrivals. That's all for now. If you plan to stay alive for a while, you should talk to me. But of course, I won't keep you from choosing your own destruction. Well, what do you think?
And welcome, everybody. Well, you know what? I thought to myself, what is a Gothic channel without having played Gothic on said channel? And then I decided to do the right thing, and here we are. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome, everyone. And this will be the start into one of the best adventures that I enjoyed in my years of playing games. Gothic 1. Originally, I had to plan a little different, or let's say my intention was a little bit different, but before we go into that, let us talk to Diego first, right?
Okay, what do I need to know about this place?
We call it the colony. You'll know already that we produce ore for the king. Well, at least we do, in the old camp. There are 3 camps within the barrier. The old camp is the biggest, and it was the first.
How do I get to the old camp?
You just follow this path. The old camp is the next reasonably safe-looking place you'll come across. There are a lot of wild beasts between the camps. You'd be mad to walk around without a weapon.
Where do I get a weapon?
When you get to the old mine, have a look around. I'm sure you'll find something useful. The mine is easy to find. It's just a few meters along the canyon.
Why did you help me?
Because you needed help. Otherwise, Bullet and his boys might have killed you. And I couldn't just stand by and watch, because I came all this way to make a suggestion.
A suggestion?
Yes. After this little incident with Bullet and his guys, you should be aware now that you need protection. Everyone who arrives here has a choice. There are 3 camps in the colony, and you'll have to join one of them. I'm here to show the new ones that the old camp is the best place for them.
Where's Bullet now?
He and the others bring the goods from the outside world into the camp. You'll find him there, but if you plan to fight him, be careful. He's an experienced warrior.
I have a letter for the High Magician of the Circle of Fire.
Really?
I was given it by a mage shortly before they threw me in here.
You're lucky I can't afford to show my face around the mages anymore. Anyone else would gladly slit your throat for that letter. That's because the mages pay their couriers a lot, and most people here don't have anything. If I were you, I'd shut up until I met one of the mages. Although in your situation, that's not likely to happen.
Why not?
The mages are in the castle in the old camp. Only Gomez's people are allowed to enter the castle.
Who's Gomez?
Gomez is the most powerful ore baron. He's the boss of the old camp, the most powerful man in the colony.
Let's assume I want to join his people. What do I need to do?
At the gate of the castle, you'll find a man called Thoris. Tell him Diego sent you.
Thanks for your help.
We'll meet in the old camp.
Well, thank you, Diego. Isn't it nice being back in the colony? Oh yeah, it is. So yeah, I originally planned to play a modification. There is a lot of good ones out there. Unfortunately, I played most of them in German. And when I wanted to play them in English, well, they lacked a English version. Not really, but this one mod that I wanted to play is called The World of Convicts, or The World of the Condemned. And it's pretty cool, because there's a lot of cut content, but unfortunately there is a lot of new dialogue, and that would have been in German. As you can see right now, the dialogue boxes are in German, but the voiceover is indeed in English, so that's a little compromise. I wanted to change everything into English, but, you know, it is what it is. I couldn't find my mistake, why it was like that, but that shouldn't bother us too much. The other modification was the Gothic 1 Definitive Edition, which I heard is a great modification. I think I played it once back in the day, and I don't really remember much, but as I wanted to find an English version, I couldn't really find an answer if there is one actually existing or not. So then I said, you know what, just go for classic Gothic. Obviously I have some mods installed, and I tell you about them down in the description, but now let's move on. And here's Ori. Hey man.
What are you doing here?
Making sure no one gets near the exchange place, especially one of those cutthroats from the new camp. You're the new guy they chucked in today, right?
That's me.
Then you'd better watch out for the guys from the new camp. I work for the old camp, same as the others you saw at the exchange place. I assume you've talked to Diego.
Yes, I have.
Good. Then you know what's what around here.
Why do I have to watch out for the guys from the new camp?
Compared to the new camp, the old camp's a quiet, peaceful sort of place. The new camp doesn't get any deliveries from the outside world. Most of the rogues there just steal whatever they need.
And the old camp?
The ore barons have everything under control. Next in line to them are the guards, followed by the shadows. The diggers are the lowest. Everyone who arrives here starts out as a digger. If you want to become something better than that, you'll have to get accepted as a shadow first.
When I was washed ashore, one of the guys punched me in the face.
They do that to all the newcomers. They call it standing godfather.
Oh, are all the guys like that in the old camp?
We do have a few suckers, but they won't touch you as long as you pay them protection money.
I saw a woman being sent down with the goods.
Yeah, the ore barons get everything they want.
Do you mean to say the king exchanges women for ore?
They're convicted criminals too, of course. But if Gomez hadn't asked for them, they'd be sitting in some dungeon or other. I'm not sure what's worse.
I'm looking for a weapon.
There should be some old weapons by the derelict mine, further down the canyon. But don't go and start a war with nothing but a rusty pickaxe for a weapon. Those things are slow and heavy. An inexperienced fighter should never use one of them unless it's an emergency.
True that.
You'd better make sure you reach the old camp in one piece.
Yeah, I hope so too. All right. So my first act of violence, obviously, will be killing that meat bug. And I want to kick it. See? All right. Oh, by the way, I really hope that in the remake we will be able to do this Bruce Lee cross kick. Man, that's so funky. I really do like this. Yeah, okay, enough of that. Oh, that works as well. So one of those add-ons that I, or mods that I downloaded is Quickloot. A very, very handy little thing. Usually I like it when games have, you know... Oh, I forgot the pickaxe. Oh, shit. Usually I like it when, yeah, you know, games have an pick-up animation or something like that. That's really cool. But again, I played this game for so long, times and times again, so this is a little refreshing, nice little quality of life change that I gladly take. Okay. So we got a weapon. Oh, look at that. But we have a better view from up there. This is where we're going now. There we are. Yeah. So, I made some plans, what I want to do with this playthrough. It won't be anything fancy. It will be very, very standard. And you'll see soon enough. So there's the first mole rats. Oh no, we already killed one. But this will be our first goblin over there. I hope he won't kill us. Because goblins in the early game are quite quite nasty, especially when there is a bunch of them and they surround you. But oh boy. That was really intense. One more hit and I would be lying in the dirt. All right. So. Isn't that beautiful? This is a 20-year-old game. Oh, it's older. It's older. Look at that. And it's still beautiful. Just a few mods and it's breathtaking. And I gotta say, I do love the skybox. It is a little changed with these mods, but the original skybox without any modifications is so beautiful, really beautiful. What's interesting, I gotta adjust the volume. Just a tiny amount. Should be good. A little fun fact, when they worked on Gothic 2, I don't know if it was the alpha or beta, they had the same skybox for Corinus, which looked very, very interesting. Because it's something like, you know, it's kind of noon right now, 11 o'clock, but it always looks like the sun is setting. Which I pretty much like. But enough of that. Actually, no. You know what? I think those skyboxes of back in the day, in combination with the fog, if you think back of games from the past, you always have this very thick fog. I mean, right now, yeah, we got all the view distance and all that. But back in the day, you had a big amount of fog, very thick fog. That in combination with the skyboxes, it always gave those games a very interesting atmosphere, to be honest. It was always like very beautiful, but also mysterious. And I think it's a big part of, when you think back, what made this, or what made certain games really, really nice. And if you ask yourself, how can I recreate such an atmosphere? I think this is a very big part of it. Yeah, but now let's focus on the task ahead. There is the old camp. But before we do that, usually I go straight for the old camp. I do the quests, but now we are trying to get some more levels before we go in there, so we can spend some skill points. All right. Oh yeah, by the way, do you see this? It's like I already played the game for a bit. And you know what? You're absolutely right.
You're probably right.
Because
Hang on.
I was into this playthrough. I was level 6, I think. And I wanted to put it all together. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I don't want to waste my precious experience. So I tried to put them together, and then I saw that the audio levels are way up there, and the audio was clipping, and obviously that's shit. There was no way to save it, And I tried many things. And then I came to the conclusion, hey, you gotta do it again. All over. But fortunately, it wasn't too bad. There we go. Better not go this way. Yeah, this is one of my favorite places in the colony. Like low-key favorite places. It's this nice little underwater cave. Not really underwater cave, but it's kind of hidden. Sorry. Unfortunately, there's nothing in here. And one reason why I wanted to play the modifications is that those mods aim for filling up places which are kind of unused in the original classic version. Oh boy. Please don't. Please don't. I don't want to waste experience. As soon as I go in, they start shooting them. Nope, 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 nope. That is unacceptable. I want at least two. Okay, I'm gonna try something else. We're gonna lure them back. Okay. It is what it is.
There must be something about that story after all.
Unfortunately, it is what it is.
Hey, you.
What do you want?
I want to warn you. If you continue this way, you'll be entering our hunting ground.
What do you hunt?
Mostly scavengers. There's a lot of meat on them. Besides, it ain't too hard to get them, once you know how.
Really? How's that?
Ask my friend Drac.
I'm trying it again. All right, guys. Fuck this. All right, let's try once more. Okay. They got one, but that's okay. Again, I don't want to waste those precious experience points that I may get from killing stuff, but unfortunately, there is a few creeps.
Hey, you.
What do you want?
I want to warn you. If you continue this way, you'll be entering our hunting ground.
Unfortunately, there is a good amount of creatures creeping around some NPCs, and they unfortunately will get them if you're not fast enough, and I want to avoid that, because right at the start, my dear friends, experience is more worth than anything else.
What do you hunt?
Mostly scavengers. There's a lot of meat on them. Besides, it ain't too hard to get them, once you know how.
Really? How's that?
Ask my friend Drax here. He knows more about these things than anyone.
Why is this area so dangerous?
You've just arrived, haven't you? There are different areas in this colony which are all more or less dangerous. The paths between the camps are quite safe, but even there you might come across some wolves which look on you as easy prey. And that's exactly what you are until you get a proper weapon and armor.
Where can I get better equipment?
The nearest place is that old camp. Just follow the path that brought you here. But you can get the stuff cheaper in our new camp, provided you know the right people.
What a lie.
If you go to the old camp, ask for Mordrag. He's one of us. For just a little ore, he'll sell you the proper goods.
Where do I get a map?
Ask the people in the old camp. There's a cartographer living there. Maybe you can steal one of his maps. If you manage to do it, take one from me as well.
If I manage to get them without paying, I'll take as many as I can carry.
You're all right. You should consider coming to the new camp. In case you go there, ask for Lars. He takes care of the new ones. I'm sure he'll have a job for you.
Tell me more about the areas of the colony.
If you travel between the camps, you'll need a map to distinguish paths and dead ends. Dead ends often lead you to dangerous canyons where you encounter creatures you'd better avoid. Do not enter the old ruins. There are too many around here, and most of them are old fortifications dating back to the time of the First Orc War. Some are abandoned orc dwellings. There are often orcs in those ruins, or even worse creatures. I'd avoid those places, especially at night. And one more hint, don't go into the forest.
Thanks for your help.
Don't go thinking everyone's gonna be so friendly, kid. There may not be much in a newcomer's pockets, but some folks would even beat you up for a pickaxe.
I'll keep it in mind.
So this is actually a very interesting dialogue because he is telling us a little bit about the colony, and he says that most of these ruins that we find in this place are dating back to the First Orc War. Obviously, I know that there's a lot of retcons, but in my headcanon, yeah, this is kind of true. I speculated a bit about these things in my lore videos, where I thought, hey, you know what? The old camp, when was it actually built? Like the fortress, the actual fortress? What about the old citadel up on the mountain there, or the mountain fortress, for example? Very interesting places, but again, there is a lack of lore behind it, and this is the closest that we can get, actually. And yeah, even though there is a lot of retcons, I like to believe this kind of version. I like to think that Robar discovered Corinus back in the day, or at least made it part of his kingdom, and he built outposts at or in the periphery of the realm, but then kinda abandoned them. I mean, we don't know much about this. What is the history of the old citadel? Was it once a king's outpost? What about the old camp, you know? There's nothing set in stone, so, yeah. Boggles the noggin. Drex.
You're hunting, aren't you?
Looks like it. What do you want?
Do you have some hints for the hunt?
I could teach you a few things, but everything has its price.
Which would be how much?
A good gulp of beer will do, to start with. Then we'll see.
Look at my boy. He's wearing an earring, but from afar it kind of looks like he's got an AirPod in his ears. Oh man, the future is now, old man.
Here you are. Take a beer and tell me about hunting.
Look at that.
Scavengers. That's what we call the big birds. Should be attacked one after the other. It's easy to lure single scavengers from the pack. If you come too close, they'll become irritated. After a while, they'll storm in your direction. At this point, you should be waiting for them with a raised weapon. If you manage to strike the beast before it hits you, you have to keep fighting. Then you'll be able to defeat the creature without being hurt yourself. If it hits you first, well, just don't let him.
This is actually very, very interesting, and one of the big reasons that I like Gothic so much. They explain stuff in game that explains the gameplay, right? Right now he tells you how to engage with wild animals. Later on we get the same situation when it comes to learning weapon skills. But in this case he basically tells you, yo, try to attack an animal first, and then you need to keep going. And translated to the gameplay, to the combat mechanics, it's if you attack an animal, the animal gets staggered, you know. There's like a short period where the animal can't do anything. I mean, this is not the case for all animals, I think, but for most, especially if you have scavengers, wolves, and mole rats, and the likes. But yeah, they explain it, you know, in a very grounded lore way, what you should do, and I think there's a good bunch of creativity that flows into this process of writing dialogue. If you compare it to dialogue nowadays, or how gameplay is explained in modern role-playing games, it's basically, you know, there is a pop-up window, basically Gothic 3, you know? Immersion-breaking pop-ups, explaining you what to do and how to fight and what to do and where to go, and this is all lacking in the first 2 entries of the series, but it's very much the way I like it, because it rarely breaks immersion. And this is one of the big pillars, in a way, that hold up Gothic, and are one of the main reasons why I cherish this game so much. But enough of this, let's move on.
What else can you tell me about hunting?
A lot, but it'll cost you more than a beer. If you know how, you can take the creature's teeth, claws, and skin. It's hard to get them, but they are valuable. At least every merchant will trade those things with you.
Yeah, but you know what? I won't do that. Oh, let's save once more. Oh, yeah. Again, I played this game for a little bit before I decided to make a new playthrough because of the audio clipping. But if you watch this by any chance and you're new to the series, what you want to do playing the old Gothic games, save. A lot. I mean, really, save a fucking lot. Especially before you make any decisions. And if you regret them, you know, you just load the game. But yeah, in general, I want to have 4 or 5 save slots, and this is basically the way to play it. Alright, let's try to get the scavenger.
I'll chop you, you beast!
Oh no, not this time, baby. Now we're gonna try to get those scavengers. Unfortunately, they don't have ranged weapons. Whew. That was close. Oh man. I get blinded. My sun blinds are halfway down and the sun is kissing my eyes and I get irritated. Jesus Christ. So, if I make any mistakes, it's the sun's fault. The sun's fault. I can't even speak straight anymore. So, little story time. When I was playing this game back in the day, you know, I was a small wee boy. I think I was maybe, what was it, 11 years old maybe. And I think it was Drax or Redford over there. They tell you, you know, don't go into the forest, whatever you do. I was really, really, really scared of the forest. Not just this one, but also the ones in the west of the colony. And, yeah, so I didn't go there for, I don't know, chapter 3, chapter 4. But then, once I got a little older, you know, you realize, hey, it's full of mole rats, scavengers, maybe wolves, and you can just go there as soon as you have some levels, a few levels. And as you can see, scavengers are no problem right now. You should be a little careful. If they swarm you, it's over, man. Another thing that's kind of weird is the combat. I mean, the controls. You know my stance when it comes to the controls. I really love the combat system, but they refined it with Gothic 2, obviously. And if an animal is charging you like this scavenger right now, you can just dodge the attacks by stepping back. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, you can just dodge the attack by, you know, if you draw your sword and you step back. That should make you invincible for most attacks. And makes it really easy to fight creatures. But in Gothic 1, they did not implement this, so you will get hit even though if you're stepping back. Gotta get used to it. Because I have to mention, it's been a while since I played Gothic 1. I mean, beside the short fucking time when I started the first iteration of this playthrough. But that doesn't count! Alright, more mole rats. What should we need? Okay. 600 maybe. I don't know about blood flies. No. Mole rats, they're okay. Scavengers, they're okay. Maybe a single goblins. Should be okay too, but all the rest, nope, we're too weak. There we go. Yeah, I should be more careful. The thing is, even though I like the combat in the Gothic series, I mean, Gothic 1 and 2, it's kind of wonky in the first one. The basic idea is there, but it's a little bit wonky. Yeah, my man is on a paleo diet right now. Eating the meat raw, as it should be. Okay, I think there's some more scavengers up ahead, but then definitely we need to turn around and go for the camp, or at least getting back into its vicinity, because out here it is quite dangerous. And as you can see, the sun is already setting. look at that. Okay, it's afternoon. But once it's dark, oh boy. Come on, man. You have to be so careful. And the last one. There we go. Mole rats. Quite a bunch of them. Let's have a look. Yeah. Oh boy. Careful now. Okay, a third one won't come. Let's try our luck. That's it, baby. Usually I don't go so far into this direction, but hey, today I'm going all in for that sweet experience. Yeah, it's kind of a shame, you know, you find a lot of empty places in the original version, but again, if you play the modifications that I talked about, they add tons of stuff. And especially they fill up the places that were empty before. And obviously, I mean, there's also a lot of cut content, which I do really enjoy, especially in Gothic 1. But yeah, just these little things, you know, filling up small spaces that are empty in the original. That's a big addition. A big addition in my opinion. Alright. Oh, there's some mushrooms. Let's get them. And here we are again. So, now let's do a save game.
What are you doing here?
What's it look like? Regarding the bridge, of course. We make sure that no beasts cross the bridge.
Have you got any advice for me?
Yeah, don't go in the forest on your own. Unless you're strong enough to fight off all the beasts. Make sure you get to the old camp. They're holding a pickaxe for you.
Great, man.
Hi, I'm new here.
How nice for you.
Is that the old camp over there?
No, that's the new camp. The old camp is underneath the bridge.
I don't know where it was. I think I saw this comment on Reddit. By the way, fuck Reddit. I hate that place. Where somebody was talking about his experiences with Gothic when he was a kid. And he was talking about this situation that just occurred. And he was like, yeah, he told me told me the old camp is actually beneath the bridge, so I went looking for it and I couldn't find it. Yeah, and then I figured that he trolled me. Ah, the mind of a child. So gullible and naive. It's so beautiful. Innocent. So this is going to be a little bit harder, I think. Because there's quite a bunch of them inside. But we made it. Anything else? Nope. Alright, did I pick up the beer over here? I did. Okay. So let's go for the big round. We are making sure nothing on the central plains is alive. Because I need the experience. What do I need? Okay. Not that much. Maybe we're lucky and get level 3. Once we enter the old camp. We'll see. It's kind of funny, because if you attack some beasts in this general area, all around the old camp, NPCs inside will react to it. It's kind of fucked up. So, when I tried out this playthrough, before I had the audio clipping, I tried to get to this beautiful chest over there. Because it really smiled in my way, but I'm not doing that again because I got wrecked by the gods. Oh, will you look at this? A potion. Healing essence, great. Come on, bird. Whoa. I'll make mincemeat out of you, swine. Okay. So grown scavengers aren't really the problem anymore. But yeah. So, you know what? Let's visit the old pal. The old crazy mountain man that I made a video about. It is the OG, the original Gilbert. There he is.
What are you doing here? Don't often get visitors up here. Very clever of you to find my hiding place.
What are you doing here?
I'm fed up with the old camp.
Oh.
I had trouble with Gomez's folks. That was some time ago. I guess nobody remembers that now, but I'm staying here There's too many blockheads running about in the old camp for my liking.
Okay. You know, Gilbert, you seem like a nice guy, but...
I'll teach you not to get into trouble with me!
Fuck. I'm gonna try it once more.
I'll teach you not to get into trouble with me!
Oh. Don't die on me. Don't die. Don't fall off the cliff, man. Come on, Gilbert. Don't run away. I'll make it quick. Look at that! Oh my god! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Have you seen that? Jesus Christ, that was a lot of stuff. That was a lot of stuff. Hey, very useful. I'm very sorry, old man, but that is quite a catch. Now we're going for his chest. Because, yeah, one thing that I like about the Gothic games is that at the very beginning you're nothing, you know? And every little thing that you pick up is really valuable. Oh shit. Okay, we're gonna try that again without losing any lockpicks. Yeah, Gilbert had some problems in the old camp, that's why he's here now, but could have taken a bed with him or something. At least a blanket or a chair. Well. And we have a axe. An axe, okay. Some meat. And we have to hurry up a bit because the sun is setting. I don't want to run around in complete darkness. Because it's very easy to run into animals. Man has forgotten how to climb. I'm sorry, Gilbert. So yeah, a quick talk about the voiceover. So I heard many things about the English voiceover. Obviously, I come from the German voiceover, which is almost perfect. The only thing I don't like about it is that there is not too many voice actors, actually. And you oftentimes hear a repeating voice actor very close to each other. But it's very, very, very nice and very good. And I heard that the Polish one is also very interesting, of high quality. But yeah, if you're talking to people who experience this game in English for the first time or whatever, or you speak to people, you know, who played it in their native language and then played the English version, they said it's shit. And I can see that, I can see where they're coming from. But I have to say, there are some interesting voice actors actually. Like the Nameless Hero, for example. I think he's okay. I like the voice of Xardas in the beginning, the narrator. Really like that. But yeah, sometimes you've got weird ass voices. And right now I'm asking myself, did I play Gothic 2 in English? Huh. I don't know. Scavengers on the other side. And more scavengers on the other side. Okay. It's almost night. The last sun rays kiss the colony, but we're venturing into the dark. That worked out. Let's go for those. Okay, gotta be careful up ahead. We see some wolves. They will tear us to shreds, obviously. We're going for those, and then we cross the river once more. Nice. That's cool as well. You know? Having a stream that carries you. Pretty amazing, actually. Many modern games don't have this. To me, it's really perplexing that there is so many ideas, even though I'd say most of them are unfinished, which are actually amazing, and looking at modern games, they're still lacking those things. But yeah, the guys of Piranha Bytes back in the day, they said, you know, we want to make the best game. And obviously they didn't achieve that, but goddamn, man. That was quite a good day, a good game back in the day, really. Ah, there we go. This is what I wanted. Yeah, we can't really go too far into this forest because there's wolves as well. Down here are lurkers, lizards, and some more scavengers that we obviously need to kill. Easy. Shall we try to kill a bloodfly? Let's try it. Come back. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. We shouldn't do that. When I was little, I had panic attacks when facing those creatures. Because right at the start, I made I made the mistake. I went for the blood flies right from the start. When I was level 2. Obviously I got wrecked. But I had some kind of trauma then. Yeah. Yes, I'm stealing your shit. Got a problem with that? Okay. So what I usually do...
Now you'll
had
get
enough.
one in your mug.
That's your own fault.
Fuck. Yeah, because of certain events that may unfold in the near future. What is it called? A preemptive measure? Yeah, might be.
You'll be sorry for that.
What? Are you talking to me? Oh, we probably should talk to them. Maybe they got something interesting to say.
Looking for trouble again?
Yeah.
What are you doing out here?
I want to be left in peace, so get lost.
You looking for trouble with me again?
Why are you here and not in the camp?
I'm waiting for a friend to return from the mine. He owes me some ore. I can't turn up in the camp without the ore. I couldn't pay the protection money for the guards, and then things would get real heavy for me.
Yeah, good luck with that. Now with even less gold in your pocket. Yeah, it is what it is. So, we finally arrived at our destination. Is there anything I can pick up? Berries? Oh, that's it. Okay. Let's save this bad boy. And with that, I say... thanks, R, for tuning in. Thanks for checking this out. This is the end of the first episode, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.